This is Whispers by Dark. How I survived a murder. The night was heavy with an oppressive silence as I stood in the dimly lit room, staring at the lifeless body sprawled on the floor. The metallic scent of blood filled the air, mingling with the suffocating fear that gripped my heart. How had I ended up in this nightmare? My name is Alex, and I'm an ordinary college student with dreams of a bright future. And today, I will tell you the story of the night my life changed forever. My world had shattered into fragments of terror. I've always been quiet and introverted, navigating through college with a sense of isolation and longing for connection, a group of friends who would understand and accept me for who I was. But the social scene had always been a challenge, leaving me feeling like an outsider looking in. It had started innocently enough, an invitation to a house party from a friend I thought I could trust. The party invitation that came unexpectedly one day seemed like a beacon of hope. It promised an opportunity to break free from solitary existence, to step into a world where I could forge meaningful connections. My heart raced with excitement as I envisioned a night of laughter, shared stories, and the prospect of finally finding my place among others. The party represented a chance to shed the weight of loneliness that had burdened me for so long. I eagerly anticipated the prospect of making new friends. It was an invitation I couldn't refuse, a glimmer of hope in the darkness. I prepared for the party with newfound determination, carefully selecting my outfit and mustering the confidence to put myself out there. As I walked through the house doors, my heart brimmed with anticipation, but there was also a worry that something was not right. I held on to my house door, as I wasn't sure that I, a nerd, was invited to a party. Nevertheless, I shrugged my shoulders and walked towards my car. I should have listened to my guts telling me not to go towards the trap. The invitation had been a cruel trick, a sinister plot to trap me in a nightmarish ordeal. The people I thought would become my friends harbored sinister intentions, a dark secret they wished to protect at any cost. Little did I know that the walls of that seemingly lively gathering would soon close in on me, trapping me in a web of horror. Amidst the laughter and clinking of glasses, I was drawn to a conversation unfolding in a secluded corner of the house. A group of people whispered in hushed tones, their eyes filled with malice and conspiracy. They talk of dismembered bodies and the scent of blood on their hands. I could tell I was next. I looked around the room for ways of escape. I knew I had to act quickly. The room fell silent as I accidentally knocked over a vase, a shattering sound echoing like a death knell. All eyes turned to me, and at that moment, I knew I had stumbled upon something far more sinister than I had anticipated. The sinister looks of murder and death in their eyes. Panic surged within me as they lunged towards me, their intentions unmistakably nefarious. Instinct kicked in, and I fought through the crowd, desperate to escape the clutches of those who sought to harm me. With adrenaline, I burst through the front door, plunging into the inky darkness of the night. I could hear their enraged shouts and the thundering of footsteps behind me, pushing me to run faster, to outrun the danger that pursued me.
Get back here, nerd!
As I raced through the darkness, his mind churned with strategies to escape the murder scene without being spotted. Every step was calculated, every movement deliberate, as I sought to blend into the shadows, to become invisible amidst the chaos. I relied on my keen observation skills and knowledge of the layout to anticipate the movements of my pursuers, slipping through narrow corridors and hidden passageways, always staying one step ahead. The night became a harrowing battle of wits and agility as I evaded detection, my heart pounding with every close call. I masked my presence, minimizing any noise that could betray my location. It was a game of survival. my instincts honed to a razor-sharp edge as I fought to outsmart those who sought to silence me forever. In the distance, I spotted a dense forest, its twisted branches beckoning like outstretched fingers. It was my only hope, a sanctuary that might shield me from the horrors that lurked behind. Ignoring the thorns that scratched my skin and the brambles that clung to my clothes, I plunged headlong into the wilderness, driven by sheer desperation. Within the forest's eerie embrace, I knew that mere physical distance wouldn't be enough to ensure my safety. I had to devise a plan to outsmart my pursuers, to escape their relentless hunt unnoticed. They wanted my head. With each step, I forced myself to think, analyze the situation, and find a way out. I decided to leverage the complicated nature of the forest, using its twists and turns to my advantage. I veered off the beaten path, relying on my instincts and a sense of direction honed by countless hours spent exploring the wilderness. I avoided any obvious trails, forging my way through the underbrush, leaving minimal traces of my presence. As I maneuvered through the dense vegetation, I kept my senses sharp, listening for any sounds of pursuit. The pounding of my heart threatened to drown out all other noises, but I fought to maintain focus, my survival depending on it. I silenced my breaths, moving as silently as possible, hoping to avoid any detection by both sound and sight. Hours turned into agonizing eternity as I navigated the forest, my body aching from exhaustion and my mind teetering on the edge of madness. Fear and desperation pushed me forward, compelling me to keep going, to find a way back to civilization and safety. Finally, a glimmer of hope pierced the darkness as I stumbled upon a gravel road, its surface illuminated by the moon's pale glow. Relief washed over me, but caution remained my closest ally. I stayed hidden in the shadows, observing the road for any signs of danger, waiting for the perfect moment to make my escape. When a passing car finally appeared in the distance, I cautiously stepped onto the road, my trembling hand waving it down. The driver's kind face filled me with relief as I pleaded for help, desperate to put the horrors of the night behind me. With a mixture of disbelief and compassion, they allowed me into their vehicle, whisking me away from the nightmare I had narrowly escaped. As the car sped away, leaving the forest's darkness behind, I knew my life would never be the same. The horrors I had witnessed and the fear that had consumed me would forever be etched to my soul. But as I looked ahead, I vowed to fight the demons that threatened to haunt me, to reclaim my life and move forward, grateful for the chance to escape the clutches of a murder scene that could have claimed me as its victim. I reported them to the police, but nothing was done. Shit, I even think the police were involved. It explains the missing college students that never been found, and I could have been one of them. The satanic rituals taking place at that college is now something I have to expose.